What's up YouTube, this is GroudonEmpire and I am here for another episode of my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Rating Battle Spot Single Laddering Series, where I take on the online ladder in singles, which is 3 versus 3, and as an experienced player that got 1900s plus in X and Y, my goal in this series is to provide high level commentary and gameplay for all of us to benefit from and to become better players. If you are hyped and you like this video, please remember to click that like button, as it really shows the support for this channel, and I hope you guys enjoy what you're watching. What's up YouTube? This is GroudonEmpire and I'm going to go right into this next laddering session that I'm going to be recording for you guys. And you know, as you can see, my team has changed. I don't have Porygon Z anymore, and I don't have Raikou anymore. As much as I love Raikou, I figured from the 2 losses that we actually had that, you know, Aegislash would actually be extremely helpful. And I also saw that Special Kangaskhan puts in a lot more work in those losses. And even for one of the wins that we had with the freeze, with the Porygon Z, spoiler alert for you guys that didn't see that episode or that battle, using a Special Kangaskhan is actually more reliable for that matchup. So that's why I made those 2 changes. So we'll see how this fares, and you know, if I don't like it, I'll change it up. If I like it, it's great. Anyway, I gotta make sure to get this team down. Alright, so this is the team in Golden. Alright, so we look at our opponent's team and we see the Talonflame first and foremost. That makes me seriously want to bring the rocks. So we'll start off with the Garchomp, and you know, I see T-Tar, I see Gyarados, I see Ferrothorn, I see Porygon 2. I'm like, yo, Azumarill can set up and have a party. Have a party. I can set up on the Gyarados, I can set up on the Porygon 2. Well, yeah, I can't really set up on the other guys, but yeah, and late game I can just clean up versus the Talonflame and the T-Tar, so that's great. It's actually fantastic. On the other hand, I can use Blaziken to bop T-Tar, Porygon 2, Ferrothorn, and Aegislash, and use Zapdos for the other 2. But the way things usually go with me is I typically like the fact that I have an Azumarill. So, you know, I don't know. It's really tough. It's actually very tough. I can't decide. You know what? I'm going to use Zapdos and I'm going to use Blaziken. Use Zapdos and Blaziken. I really wanted to use Azumarill, but the risk is that there's an Aegislash, and it's if I set up a Belly Drum and Talonflame is still healthy, I can't really sweep anyway, so it's like it's better if I just, you know, had like right now I'll just set up rocks. Like, it's just better if I bring the Zapdos, and for offense I'll just have Blaziken. Ideally, you know, I could switch the next turn and go out into Blaziken and set up. Whoa! This has got to be a banded. Wow. This is definitely a banded pert if I have seen a banded pert, and trust me. What? Pert? Ferrothorn. This is definitely a banded Ferrothorn. I know a banded Ferrothorn when I see one. And that is crazy. That is literally like that is just crazy. Next turn I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake, and that is definitely banded. I know banded. Yeah. It did not take that Earthquake well at all. And what I'm gonna do next turn is I'm just gonna switch out into Mega Blaziken and go for a high jump kick, predicting him to switch out into Talonflame because he's banded. You know, he can't protect, so you know, I'm safe to do whatever I want to do, and you know, it doesn't matter what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna Mega Evolve, go for a high jump kick, because it does the most damage to anything he switches in, and I think it kills the Talonflame on the switch. Also, I don't want to take as much recoil damage. Oh, good. I was gonna say I don't want to take recoil, like super recoil damage. I mean, I'm gonna take iron barbs damage anyway, so might as well only take iron barbs and not take. And that crit doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't want to, like, I'm not really taking a risk. I mean, I think that, okay, you know what? I'll do the calc right now to show you guys. Talonflame, because I don't know the math from the top of my head, right? See, I wanted to hit this thing on the switch. I'll just tell you what Flare Blitz does, and then you guys will believe me, and we'll all have a good time. You know what? I'm an idiot. I could have just well, whatever. Flare Blitz is actually the safer move, but it's whatever. I'm just gonna go out into Zapdos right now. I know he has a Talonflame, and he doesn't have Ferrothorn, so that means I can just Thunderbolt away. And as long as he doesn't Roost, he cannot switch out and come back. Okay, so my opponent is wrecked at this point. You know, they can't do anything unless they have a T-Tar and they use Protect or something crazy like that. I mean, that's what yeah, that whoa, look at all of that recoil. I'm not gonna take risks with them roosting. Yeah, he's gonna roost, right? I don't want it, like, I want him to be forced to switch out, all right? And then when he comes back, then he won't be able to. So as long as I can just get a crit on this thing, I'm great. So what I basically need to do is to make sure this Talonflame has at least half health, or just KO it. Because then, you know, it doesn't matter what happens. You know, I can crit him, I can paralyze him, and he's gonna be more prone to, you know, being unable to roost up. Basically, I want him to be able to just faint. If he switches out and he comes back and he has 50% health, he's gone. And I basically need to make sure that happens, or she's gone, whatever. And my opponent doesn't feel like roosting and taking chances, so they're just gonna do that, and they're gonna do a good amount of damage while going down, and that sucks for me, because you know, if there's a Mega Tyranitar, oh, it's a Porygon too. All right, I'm great. If there's a Mega Tyranitar he could have set up, and then I would have been in trouble. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I would have been in trouble anyway. But it's good that now the health is like this, because I can just keep on Thunderbolting this Porygon too, because it does the most damage, and as long as I can. Oh, he forfeited. All right. I mean, he could have taken chances, you know. Actually, you know what? He's right. I mean, you know, he would have had a chance. You know, you can always, like, recover and hope that I miss the high jump kicks. But then at the same time, I guess if I Swords Dance like three times, it wouldn't matter. So yeah, that first game went well. And you know, the last team I used, I could have probably won with the last team that I used. There's a very, like, because what did I use? I used Garchomp, Blaziken, and Zapdos. Yeah, I could have won. But you see, I changed this team not for these kind of teams, but for the teams that were difficult for the last team to deal with. I'm going to look for another game. And the reason that's important is because, you know, when you're using a team and you want to ladder really high with it, you need to be able to just have free games versus like all of the lower level opponents and bad teams. And then versus the better players and higher level opponents, you need to be able to have a team you can actually work with, and not have a team that, you know, that takes away from your efforts. Like, you need to have a team that lets you play well, because if you don't have a good team, it doesn't give you options. Because the last team also looked pretty scary, right? But the reality was it wasn't all that good, because you still don't have options versus certain combinations, and that's what you try to do with your team. It's not about using select Pokemon that are really good, it's about using a team that covers various different combinations of your opponents. That's what it's all about. Alright? And it's obviously better, it's more possible to do that with better Pokemon, but if you're using worse Pokemon, it's more and more less likely. And that's not to say Raiku's bad. Raiku's really, really good. But just for the team that I have, Raikou, I don't know, it just doesn't fit in. Anyway, we see my opponent's team, and I see things. I want rocks again because of Talonflame, and Zapdos puts in work versus Mawile and Talonflame. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Blaziken puts in work again. Really nice work, actually. You know what? So be it. Garchomp, Zapdos, and Blaziken once again. And again, guys, you know, I'm recording this as I'm laddering. You know, I might want to try to reach as high as I can, given the limited time that I do have. But, you know, my focus is on using whatever team I'm using and trying to improve the team that I'm using as I'm playing based on my experiences. And, you know, you guys can see me use the team and how I'm doing with it and how I'm playing with it in order to do well, and when I lose, how I'm losing, and, you know, how I make improvements based on that. Anyway, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just go for an Earthquake. You know what? I'm not going to go for an Earthquake because this thing's going to have Custap Berry. I know Gigalith runs Custap Berry because Custap Berry is released. And you know, honestly, I can just go for a Rock Tomb. I'm going to go for a Rock Tomb and then go for an Earthquake, because I don't want that Custap Berry to activate. Are you kidding me? You don't have Custap Berry? Oh no, don't use... Oh no. Oh no, this did not... Oh my goodness. Alright. I'll see what's cracking. Well, that was... Wow. Alright, so... And just like that, my win condition is gone. I could potentially win this, but if he has Greninja, I'm doomed. So, yeah, I'm done. I thought he was Custap Berry. I literally thought he was Custap Berry. And it didn't even matter, you know. Earthquake would not have even killed. I mean, he has Sturdy anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, I mean, he has the red card, right? I'm just going to go for a Rock Tomb just in case he switches out. He probably won't, but just in case. Because, I mean, even if I miss, it doesn't matter. He's going to have the Greninja. I am going to end up fainting to the Greninja because the Greninja wrecks my team. I have ways to deal with Greninja, such as an already set up Talonflame. Sorry, Azumarill, right? And the other way that I have, yeah, I'm done here. But I mean, well, I won't forfeit. I just want you guys to actually see the battle. I'm just gonna talk. So Greninja wrecks my team. Azumarill is wrecked by Gunk Shot. Zapdos and Garchomp are both wrecked by Ice Beam, especially after you break the sash on the Garchomp. So that's 3 Pokemon done. And if it has Low Kick, which a lot of them carry in ORAS, you know, my Kangaskhan can survive because it's EV to survive, but you know, it's not a physical variant, and even then, it's just like it's barely a check, you know, like you know. Just a little bit of prior damage, just like the sash breaking on the Garchomp, and you destroy my Kangaskhan. So that's... Well, I actually survived here, but he's not... Is he Life Orb? He's not Life Orb. If he was Life Orb, that would have been a dead Zapdos. So, you know, it doesn't... Nothing matters. If I got the paralysis right there, maybe I could have won. Maybe. I doubt it. Because any kind of priority or any, like, yeah, I mean, unless he had a Mawile, I could just roost up, but even then, I'm pretty sure a Mawile does a wallop of damage with the play rough anyway, so I can't just roost up on it. So, yeah, I just got wrecked. Second game. After talking about making improvements, I just got wrecked. I've never seen a Gigalith before. Honestly speaking, if I knew it was red card, I would have just Earthquaked the Gigalith right away. I thought it was Custap Berry. I would have just Earthquaked it right away, and then I would have Earthquaked it again. No, wait, no. Then I would have, like, I don't know, Flare Blitzed or High Jump Kicked or something. Like, seriously, like, I could have done better in that game. It's too bad. It really is. It's too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna look for one more game because it's what, only 14 minutes? Like, what's it? What? No. We gotta look for another game. So just after talking about making improvements to the team, I lose that one. So to anyone thinking that, you know, certain Pokemon are just broken in the game, when you're playing these actual rating battle formats like 3 versus 3 single and whatnot, you know, you really realize that they're not actually broken. You know, in 6v6, a lot of, like, the really good Pokemon are broken. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, they're this crazy. But in 3 versus 3, it's a lot different. So it's a lot more manageable. And as you saw, that Gigalith just wrecked me, and I had an amazing team. And of course, I also got wrecked by a Greninja, which is also freaking stupid. I mean, stupid as in it's a really good Pokemon. I don't mean stupid as in it's a stupid Pokemon. I mean stupid as in it's so stupidly good is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, I got wrecked by that. But, you know, Greninja does that. He played it well. I have a huge Greninja weakness if my opponent plays it well. You know, if they play it like a low-level player, an experienced player, then I'll win. But if they don't, then I'll end up losing a lot of the time. Not most of the time, just a lot of the time, like I did last time. So it's too bad. That's just a bad matchup, and it's whatever. Anyway, we look at my next opponent's team, and I'm gonna set up rocks because I see a Weavile, see a Chandelure. I feel like Azumarill can put in work. Do I? I know Blaziken can put in work versus after a Swords Dance. I can put in work versus like 4, 5. Holy crap! I like Blaziken for this one. I really do. I don't like Chandelure though. Chandelure's an issue, and Specs Chandelure can overheat my butt away. Actually, it doesn't even have to overheat, so that's a problem. I might need to Azumarill that. Azumarill? I need Azumarill, yeah. I'm gonna have to Azumarill that. This is bad. This is really bad. So yeah, the way I lost that last game though, like, I want to check Gigalith's item usage. I don't know what number it's on the Pokedex though. He's going to use Fake Out on the Garchomp. Man, I forgot about that. Alright, well, I'm going to switch out into Azumarill because I can. What's he going to do? He can't do anything. I don't even think he learns Poison Jab, so he literally can't do anything. I'm going to look for Gigalith. Usage data. Fake Out. I hope he's Life Orb. Awesome, he's Life Orb. So, now I can wreck him with anything. Sorry guys, I'm just looking for Gigalith on the website thing. I just want to see his item because I just lost to it, and it's just, that makes me mad a bit. A bit, not too much. Yeah, so I was right. Most of them are Custap Berry. So my prediction was right on target. So there's nothing wrong. 65% use Custap Berry. Over 65%. 11.3% use Choice Band, 6.7% use Citrus Berry, 4.6% are Weakness Policy, and the rest are whatever, right? So I made the right prediction, guys. I made the right prediction. It's just my opponent had Red Card, which is only 1.6% usage, so it's unfortunate. Anyways, next turn I'm just gonna go for a Play Rough. Because, I mean, I don't know. Is he going to switch out into the Skarmory? That's a Skarmory. What? Why would you do that? Why would you? Alright, well, okay, guys. So, my opponent made a very bad play. You know, he's weak to fair. Like, Sceptile's very frail, okay? And Azumarill's powerful. And a Play Rough Rex It's super effective and it has no drawbacks versus the other than 10% accuracy versus the Weavile. This thing is an issue, but it's a good thing I can just superpower. Do I want to superpower? I'm just gonna play rough, and then next turn I'm gonna Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet does like 240, I think. All right, yeah, because he's gonna have weakness policy or assault vest. I'm not sure which one. He got a critical hit. If it wasn't a crit, I would have survived. So that's unfortunate. That really is. But I mean, you can't do anything about it. It sucks. It really does. But you can't do anything about it. So there's no point in complaining. What I'm gonna do next turn is right now I'm going to go for an outrage. I feel like outrage is my best move. I don't want to go for an earthquake. I want to kill the Weavile just in case. I mean, I should have earthquake. What's wrong with me? Whatever, who cares? He's not gonna kill me, and then I kill him, and then I can come in with my Blaziken, and then Blaziken wrecks the Weavile, and it's a good time. But yeah, back to the Sceptile play. My opponent, like, Azumarill walls anything that Weavile wants to do to it, okay? And, you know, Aqua Jet, you know, there's no point in doing that. Superpower has drawbacks, and again, there's no point in Aqua Jet, like, superpowering, especially when he has a Skarmory. I went for a play rough because he has a Conkeldurr, and it's great. It's super effective versus versus the. And right now, I just went for any move. He's gonna kill me with the Weavile anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, what I want to do next turn is I once lost to a substitute Greninja, and substitute Greninja, like, substitute is not even on the map, like, for usage moves. So I'm not gonna predict him to use that. Instead, what I want to do is I want to Mega Evolve and go for a Protect to become faster. And then I want to Flare Blitz. He would be wise to just forfeit, but he's not, which makes me scared because if he has Substitute, then I'm dead. I just don't want to get flinched from Icicle Crash and lose. That's why I'm protecting. Otherwise, I could have just Flare Blitz. So that's why I'm protecting this turn, because he can just Icicle Crash me. I apologize for that, guys. Sometimes when you're commentating forever, yo, your throat gets bam. Right now I'm just gonna Flare Blitz. He doesn't have a sash or anything, so it's fine, and I'm faster. He can just, like, he can learn Icicle Crash, right? So he can just flinch me, and then I can lose like that. So that's why I don't want to take my risks. But back to that turn where he switched down to Sceptile, he should not have done that. Sceptile is extremely frail. As you saw, it just got one shot by a play rough. You know, if he didn't bring Skarmory, you know, I was extremely fearful of Skarmory, and he didn't bring Skarmory, so that was good for me. That was bad for him. That's whatever it is. You know, you can't do anything about that if you end up not bringing the Skarmory. But yeah, that was just a good matchup. Azumarill really wrecks that team, and you know, Blaziken really cleans up afterwards, and they really complement each other offensively. And just Azumarill is such an amazing Pokemon. That's really what the basis is. It's not so much that Blaziken is the basis of the team. It's that Azumarill is the basis, because Azumarill is freaking fantastic, absolutely amazing. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. There was that one loss. I'm gonna look back. Yeah, I made the right prediction. My opponent was just using something that's very low on usage. So whenever you lose to something that's very low on usage, like a like Gigalith that has a 1.6% or chance of using Get Red card, you know, you don't want to take that too seriously. You want to brush that off and be like, okay, I could have played it better, yes, but it's not that bad of a situation, because you know, you made the high probability play. All right, so it's fine. So I'm not gonna take that game too seriously, but definitely gonna, you know, look back at that and see what I can do. And I want to come back with another episode, and I hope you guys like this. Remember, if you like this episode, click that like button, show the support for this video on this channel, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next one. This is GroudonEmpire. Peace out.